We are all trapped in our comfort zone. But Mike was able to destroy it. Mike was preparing for his entrance exams to get into college for higher education. He wasn't particularly bright at studies, so his aim was simply to get into a decent university. But he ended up getting into one of the most prestigious universities in the country. But how did that happen? Like all of us, Mike was also a prisoner of his comfort zone, the slightest distraction. And you could find Mike scrolling, playing video games, or simply wandering around the house. He knew he was doing it, but he kept getting trapped again and again. He watched concentration videos, routine videos, but nothing really changed. He even tried group studies, but those quickly turned into long gaming sessions. The realization hit. He was devastated, disappointed in himself. He even started thinking about dropping the exam and getting a full-time job at a fast food restaurant. But Mike had no idea that one simple change, one framework, could literally destroy his comfort zone. A few days later, Mike happened to meet his older cousin, me, AK, at a family reunion. And that's where his path toward one of the country's elite universities began. We chatted about games, movies, comics, and everything else. But when I asked him about his plans for the future, his face turned pale. His smile disappeared. He said, "I'm not fit for studies, and I'm thinking about working full time at a fast food restaurant." I stared at him for a moment. Then I asked him to describe his everyday routine, and I told him to be completely honest. After hearing everything, I told him he was trapped in his comfort zone. "And there's no way out?" he said. "There is, and it's actually been proven," I replied. Mike looked at me curiously. "What's that?" That's when I introduced Mike to a proven framework, which is personally called the uncomfortable zone framework. There was a French writer named Victor Hugo. He was once working under a tight deadline while writing The Hunchback of Notre-Dame. He had his housekeeper hide his clothes and locked himself inside his room, leaving himself with only his writing materials. He had only two choices: write or sit there and do nothing. So, Mike, remove every distraction from your room. Just you, your study materials, and maybe a water bottle. That's it. Mike thought he had finally found a way to concentrate better. So the next day, he moved all his distractions out of his room. But it wasn't easy. He wanted to scroll Instagram, catch up on his sitcoms, play his favorite video games, and eventually, that's exactly what he did. Again and again. Until one day, Mike remembered something. Victor Hugo had his clothes hidden, but Mike knew exactly where his distractions were. So he asked his mom to hide them. And that's when the real change began. It still wasn't easy. He was constantly craving quick dopamine from his favorite distractions. But now, he had no idea where his things were. He had only two choices: study or sit idle. Just like Victor Hugo. So he started studying. Slowly, a routine began to take shape. But then came another problem. There were days when Mike wanted to go out with his friends, forget studying, and just have fun. So he came up with another solution. He asked his mom to lock him in his room for a certain period every day. And that truly started destroying his comfort zone. Within a few weeks, the routine became a solid habit, a habit so strong that his mom no longer needed to hide his things or lock him in his room. And that habit helped him create a balance. Mike scored much higher grades, and those results got him into one of the most prestigious universities. Mike wasn't bad at studying. His comfort zone was. So, if you're constantly distracted and feel trapped inside your comfort zone, try the uncomfortable zone framework and destroy your comfort zone. Thank you so much for watching. And if you learned something from the video, do hit that subscribe button. I'm aiming for just 101 likes on this video. This is AK signing off.